Oh, another long day of coaching and hating my players.
Coach, I have a huge bold prediction for the season that I'm already going to bet money on. Uh, Jalen Mayfield, you think he's going to stay on this team? I don't. That's my big bold prediction.
Calvin, your bold prediction is going to age well. You're going to get your money back. Just saying. All right, gotta get this paperwork and just cut Jalen Mayfield's contract.
What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown. And if you're new here, welcome. So the season starts on Thursday and the Falcons season starts on Sunday. So that's already exciting news for all of us. But what's also exciting is this video topic we're going to go over, and that is the 3 bold predictions that I have for the 2022 Atlanta Falcons. Now, these bold predictions I surprisingly kind of feel good about, despite how bold they are. But hey, that's the point of the whole video, is to have these bold predictions that sound crazy, but then when you explain it, it like kind of makes sense. But hey, we're never going to know if these make sense until the season is over. So either we're going to look back and laugh at these, or we're going to look back and say, wow, these were awesome takes. So let's just get straight into it. The first bold prediction is the Atlanta Falcons combined for at least 1,800 rushing yards. Now, especially for a rebuilding team, that is quite a lot. But I honestly don't think it's all that crazy. Let's go over the obvious. For one thing, obviously you have a great running back group. Cordero Patterson is still there. Damian Williams we're familiar with. And even though statistically he's dropped off a bit, I still think he can do pretty nice things for this running game. And then Tyler Algier looks like he might live up to the hype. Not to mention, he is working with a coach that loved to run the ball in Tennessee. Who's to say that he's just not going to want to run the ball in Atlanta? And also, finally, we have not just one, but 2 mobile quarterbacks that could combine for some rushing yards. Marcus Mariota with the Raiders, we saw a lot of trick plays with him, and he would run the ball a lot, and it really helped the Raiders. So who's to say that it can't help the Falcons? And we don't even know if he's going to play throughout the entirety of the year. So that means Desmond Ridder could step up, the rookie mobile quarterback, and obviously that'll help a little bit, right? Especially knowing that Arthur Smith is going to bring in still that whole like bootleg play action. He can either run with his running backs or his quarterbacks. My point is, we have the tools and the coach to hopefully get this running game going. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, but what about the blocking? We don't really have good blocking, do we? I disagree. The receivers we got, we definitely can block. We got Brian Edwards, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts as, receivers to block. And that's not said, like they're all great blocking receivers, but what about the offensive line? Well, obviously you have Jake Matthews and Chris Lindstrom. Those are just 2 good names to mention, but I think people forget Matt Hennessy and a little bit of Drew Delman have actually been pretty good run blocking centers. So that's 3 offensive linemen I've mentioned out of 5 that are good at run blocking. Caleb McGarry and Jalen Mayfield need to step up, but I mean, hey, like of all the players that I said that could block well and all the tools that we have and the coaching staff, I don't think it's all that crazy that this running game could at least get 1,800 yards. The second bold prediction, and I know it's going to sound kind of bad for us, but I'll explain why it's really not, is the Falcons at least have a top 20 defense. Now, I know you're thinking that still sucks, and it kind of does, but I mean, considering we're the Atlanta Falcons, that's an improvement. Dean Pease is still that historically great coach that we all knew and loved, right? Hopefully he can bounce back and work with these guys. He always fires this team up, so surely the team will feed off his energy, right? But it's not just the coaching staff. You have, honestly, some pretty sneaky good talent on this roster. The secondary is stacked. AJ Terrell, who gets snubbed in everything for whatever reason. It's probably just because he's not a Cowboy. Or because he doesn't get interceptions like Trevon Diggs does, but whatever. You got AJ Terrell, Casey Hayward, a good veteran. He's aging a little bit, but he can still play and he can still coach up these younger guys. Isaiah Oliver, if he lives up to the hype like he did last year, that'll be great for us. And it looks like he's actually better at nickel than he is as an outside corner anyway, so the corners I feel good about. Well, what about the safeties? I think all of us feel pretty great about the safeties like Richie Grant and Jalen Hawkins. Those two are ball hawks, they're very physical, and no concerns there. Linebackers, I also feel good about. Now, Deion Jones doesn't really look like he's going to play, but let's kind of be honest. We already know what this linebacking group looks like, even without Deion Jones, because we saw a lot of that last year, basically. Like, he was playing injured, but it basically just felt like he wasn't out there. Let's kind of be honest. Troy Anderson, my favorite draft pick this year, hopefully could live up to the hype. It looked like he did well in the preseason, so that's good. And then Michael Walker, we're familiar with. He's been pretty good in the NFL. Lorenzo Carter from Georgia, that's obviously a huge upgrade. Arnold Ebiketie, I think he's going to live up to the hype. Some people say he should have been a first-round pick. And even though he wasn't, I mean, hey, we got him. And then, yeah, that kind of sums up the pass rush as well, right next to Grady Jarrett. So there's some talent on this team, and the coaching staff hopefully could kind of get back to the old Dean Pease roots that we all knew and loved. Now, top 20 still isn't all that good. Like, there's still a lot to prove for this Falcons team, but hey, that's an improvement from last year, so that's all I really care about. We just kind of need to get these younger guys to step up, and hopefully all of these veterans like Grady Jarrett and Casey Hayward can coach these guys up. And then the last bold prediction, this one's maybe not too much of a bold prediction, but Kyle Pitts gets 8+ touchdowns. Okay, maybe that one's not like that big of a bold prediction. Like, everyone kind of knows, like, you know, Kyle Pitts is capable of that, but he's also kind of not, because this team, we always say that this team loves to utilize tight ends. Oh my gosh, Arthur Smith and at the time, Matt Ryan, they love utilizing tight ends. And we just, like, when Hayden Hurst comes in and then when Kyle Pitts comes in, apparently we just forgot how to utilize tight ends. It's kind of frustrating. Well, now that we have a different quarterback, I expect that he's probably going to want to throw to Kyle Pitts a lot more than the receivers on this group. Meaning our rookie Drake London, which will probably be good, but, you know, he's still a rookie. And then Brian Edwards, good, but not better than Kyle Pitts. And Olamide Zaccheaus, not better than Kyle Pitts. So, I mean, who's really even your best receiving option outside of Kyle Pitts anyway? And not to roast Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan wasn't the best in the red zone, at least recently. So we have a different quarterback to see in the red zone. And let's be real, Kyle Pitts has been our best option at receiver even last year, but this year he's pretty clearly our best receiver. So I expect that they're going to give him a lot more opportunities. It looks like he's actually growing, you know, a little bit of chemistry with his quarterback anyway, considering they went to the Georgia-Oregon game. By the way, go Dogs. And hopefully, you know, it sounds like everyone likes playing with Desmond Ridder, so it sounds like Kyle Pitts is kind of growing a connection with his quarterbacks. And Kyle Pitts is also just Kyle Pitts. Like, he was Terry Fontenot's pick for a reason. Arthur Smith, I think, will see why, even though we kind of already did, but we'll see more of why he was the pick at 4 and not a quarterback. So, you know, that last bold prediction, I guess you could argue wasn't like really a bold prediction, but hey, those are my bold predictions for the year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys with a game preview. It is coming this Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support, sincerely, and stay safe. And as always, res up.